cornerback position, then we'll get to safety. All right, cornerbacks. Last year, we broke camp with 5. Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine starts outside with Nate Hobbs in the nickel. And I just want to say, when you go to your base 4-3, you got to make a decision. Does Keyshawn come off the field or does Carrington come off the field as you kick Nate Hobbs outside? Obviously, you're paying him starter money. He's going to be starting in the 4-3 base. Micah Robinson and Kalen King add depth. So the way that I looked at it, and this isn't like crazy set in stone. This isn't my 53-man roster prediction. I just looked at it and said, I think I feel best with Valentine, Nixon, and Hobbs, along with Kalen King and Micah Robinson, even though we haven't seen Micah play yet. But here's the full cornerback roster. Carrington Valentine, 65. Keyshawn Nixon, 64. Nate Hobbs, 61. Javon Bullard, 54. And then a bunch of unknowns. Kamal Haddon, Kalen King, Gregory Jr., Jonathan Baldwin, Tyron Herring, Kazir Brown, Micah Robinson, and Isaiah Dunn. Again, I went with Kalen King and Micah Robinson here. Now, we've got Javon Bullard listed at corner, but on the 53, I put him back at safety, so just keep that in mind. The 5 I would keep here, though, is Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, Kalen King, and Micah Robinson is what I went with. I don't care who goes first, whatever you guys want to do. Emilio, why don't you go first this time, man? I think you're up.
I would almost say go with 4. Sorry, Micah. See if we can get you on the practice squad, but let's go 4 corners and save a spot because we are tight everywhere else. I think we need to make up a spot somewhere. I think it's got to be the cornerback room.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And you feel pretty good. Whether it's 4 or 5, I feel good with these names right here. I agree with Clayton. I like CV. I like Keyshawn and Nate Hobbs. Those are my 3. If we're gonna make a cut and keep 4, save a roster spot, I put Micah Robinson on the practice squad, and then he's probably good, right? He'll probably stay there. I don't see anyone grabbing him.
No, yeah.
So I think that's best case scenario. Plus, like we talk about Bullard, right? He's going to be in the safety room, but in a pinch, he can be a slot corner for you. So I feel really good about that either way.
Yeah, I see us more sticking with 5, if not maybe adding a 6th, just because they are so – oh, Emilio. They are so –
Emilio said what?
They have – I mean, in the eyes of a lot of people, they've got, somebody, a dog in Carrington, Keyshawn, Nate Hobbs. I don't count Bullard on this list, but I think it would be more of like you got a Kalen King, and I would say more of maybe like a Kamal Haddon or a Gregory Jr., guys that have been, they're not complete rookies. They're not complete novices. Gregory Jr.'s apparently shown out, or a guy like Jonathan Baldwin. I'd like Micah Robinson, but as a true, if I was going to say freshman, but as a true rookie, what up, Murph? How you doing? As a true rookie, I do think that we can sneak a guy like him that was a later round draft pick on the practice squad, no problem. I mean, I've heard just a lot of good things. You guys know I've been a Kalen King fan just because he's the bargain bin type player. Kamal Haddon, wasn't he a Tennessee guy? And I thought I really enjoyed the way he played. And then Gregory Jr., like I said, I believe he played in Jacksonville. He has actual NFL experience. Jonathan Baldwin's another one that actually, like, I've been seeing a lot of accolades for. So I would try to maybe in a struggling cornerback room, I guess, this is all going to depend on injury. Again, a big caveat. I don't know. I think I'd stick with 5, and I would probably do what Clayton did. Maybe just instead of Robinson, do Kamal Haddon. That's kind of what I'd maybe think. Or a surprise like Junior Baldwin.
And Kamal Haddon was actually drafted in the 6th round by the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, only to be cut later. If you guys are wondering who Micah Robinson is, we did a write-up here on Patreon. We'll go back to the 53 here in just a second. Just to give you a quick refresher, we took him in the 7th round, pick 237, right? He was a top 30 visit. 3-star recruit from Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia in the 2021 class, right? PFF grades in college, 56, 75, 73, 69, and then an 84. Obviously, I think he transferred to Tulane his senior year or his final year in college. Yep. Graded out as the 23rd highest graded corner in all of college football. Okay. His 40-yard dash, a 4.38 40 with a 2.55 20-yard split. All those scoring in the 9s across the board there. He had a vertical jump of 35 inches. His broad jump showed a little bit more explosion. That's what got him up into the good category there with explosion grade. So that's Micah Robinson. Just like I said, a quick little rundown. Dane Brugler said Robinson's speed and ball skills give him a chance to stick as a depth corner, but his smaller frame and inconsistent technique will be tested by NFL receivers. His ability to step up from Furman to Tulane is encouraging, and he could carve out a role in sub packages or special teams if he tightens his coverage discipline. All right, so that's, like I said, if you guys want to go check that out, you can find that in our Patreon group as well. That's why I went with Micah Robinson. The fact that he excelled, and people go, well, Tulane's kind of a smaller school, right? That's where, who was it that got drafted the year before?
The quarterback.
It was our boy.
The one that got us canceled?
Yeah.
It wasn't? No. It wasn't him. I'm thinking of wasn't there a cornerback? I could be wrong here. There's a corner. Was it? Wasn't Quinyon? Was Quinyon Mitchell? Did he go to Tulane?
No, that was Toledo.
Okay.
Yeah,
got it mixed up. Got it. So, all right. So there you go. Again, Micah Robinson. I'm not going to be surprised if he makes a roster, me personally. I could see there being a case there. I hope you diabolical people hit that like button, says Chuck Jagger. If y'all would hit the like button for us, it helps more than you know. Helps boost the algorithm. Feel free to sub to the channel. Share this thing with your friends. If you ain't got friends, it sucks that we're your friends. I'm just going to tell you.
No, we're your friends. We love you.
Well, that got creepy. All right. Safeties, 5 is what I got making the roster. Xavier McKinney's an all-pro lock. Evan Williams edges out Javon Bullard for the starting spot, with Bullard as a versatile third safety / nickel. Just say that about Bullard for a second, man. The value that he adds to this roster, knowing that if for some reason Valentine or Nixon go down, you kick Hobbs outside, you bring Bullard in at the slot. He got significant snaps there last year. So the locks are McKinney, Williams, and Bullard, right? And we got Catano, Ladapo, and Zane Anderson make it for special teams. I love that safety room, guys. And again, Bullard, it's really you're carrying 5, but it's really like you're carrying 4 here, Tim, because you've got Bullard who can play the nickel as well, man. So you could cheat this 53-man by keeping 4 safeties, right? Yep. With Bullard being another corner, and then you can shave somebody out of the cornerback room there as well. What do you think about the safety room? Look at these grades, Tim. 84, 80, wow. 72, 72, and 62, man. We're stacked at the safety position.
I am so freaking excited about this group. I don't know about you guys. We're all old enough to remember when we had no safeties in Green Bay whatsoever, and now we've got a whole room full of talented guys. I mean, everybody on this list. Omar Brown's another guy I can't wait to see out during camp too as well. Another young player with a lot of potential. And then, of course, our boy KT Oladapo. This could be a year that he gets some opportunities, maybe even more snaps than he had last year. And of course, Zane Anderson, proven to be a real person, proven to be more than a special teamer, right? So there's a lot to love. And of course, I mean, what else can we say about Xavier McKinney, right? The captain of that back end of that defense there. Great example for these young players to come up behind and learn from. And of course, our guy from Oregon, Evan Williams, man, one of our draft favorites last year. I can't wait to see what he does here in year 2 for sure.
Just a lot of green on that chart, Jacob. Omar Brown, obviously, he's probably not going to make the 53. Get him on to practice one more time from Nebraska, right? Or Wisconsin?
Yep.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yep.
There's a lot of snaps there, that kind of need to be updated. I think Evan's going to get a lot of shot. I think that they're going to kind of rotate there, and you get Bull in and out. I still think they're going to kind of move Bull up to safety back and forth. I don't think that they're going to lock him into slot or anything like that. But we are very lucky, like Tim said, blessed with where our safeties are now. I don't even remember how bad we were. I mean, we were fighting for Rudy Ford, right, Clay?
Yeah. Hey, I was a hill I was willing to die on.
I like that. Appreciate that.
That is insane though when you look at that too, because when you look at are 3 of those safeties rookies, right? Katan, Evan, and Omar. They're all rookies, right?
Last year they were.
And Bull.
Right,
Bull
correct. And Bull. And obviously Bull's not on this list. And I would have loved, you guys know I was the president of the Javon Bullard fan club. I still am. I think he's going to be an absolute dog. We just got to figure out where we can plug and play him. But imagine that. Look at, like, when you talk about absolutely revitalizing and revamping a position group within a 1 or 2 years, What do? They just go out and get maybe arguably one of the best safeties in the league through free agency, which usually we don't do. Zane Anderson, who all of a sudden we all know is a person, shoots out of nowhere, and he's got some significant snaps, and he's actually like, oh, he just grades out as an 80, no big deal. Katana Oladapo was a rookie at a 72.9. Evan Williams at a 72.3, and then even Omar Brown. You would think if we had none of that success from any of the other rookies, you look at Omar Brown at a 62 and say, that's a really good year for him. You know what I mean? As a rookie, we talk about all the time, a guy in certain positional groups, especially on defense, if you can come in with significant snaps and score in the 60s, like that's, I mean, obviously his are, not Omar's, but I'm talking more of like Katan and Evan. But I really have to say, guys, this is why I was like, could we shave one anywhere else to make room in that cornerback group? Because I'm just a little unsure of them. But I look at that safety room and I'm like, nah, we got to keep all these. Got to keep all these guys, man.
And again, as Chris says here, I love Bullard, but he can't play outside corner even in an emergency. I completely agree, Chris. I see a lot of people saying Bullard can play corner. I don't see that. Slot, he's kind of fit to play the slot. He plays the run aggressively. I don't think he's technically sound enough to play outside. That could change. Who knows?
I put him at Will Backer before I put him at
exactly right.
Corner.
Like we talked about, if you get a little bit, if you get a little bit banged up in the linebacker room, go to a 3 safety look. I feel totally fine with Bullard playing linebacker down there. Now, is it going to hurt the run fit? It is going to hurt the run fit a little bit. Bullard's not going to play the run as good as Quay Walker or Edgerrin Cooper, but in a pinch, I think he could do it. I'll tell you somebody else too, man. Zane Anderson was bringing the pop last year before he got hurt.
Yep.
Like, that's another guy that I wouldn't mind to just throw in the box and say, hey, man, go hunt the running back, X has got your back there. So I agree, though, Chris, and I'm not trying to dog Bullard either. I think Bullard played good football as a slot corner. I thought he played bad at safety, and I don't see any scenario where he could play outside. I feel like he's a slot corner, and it doesn't mean he's a great one, but he definitely played better at slot than he did at safety for sure. So
and to Jacob's point, Goody did it in 1 year. He flipped our room in 1 year. In 1 year. The only guy on this list that was already there was, I believe, Zane Anderson was already.
Our other guy was Miss Simone Biles, right?
So So in one off season, Goody was able to get rid of Jonathan Owens, get rid of Darnell Savage, Rudy Ford gone, and we have Xavier McKinney, KT Oladapo, Evan Williams, and Omar Brown brought into the fold. That's 1 year flip of the entire room. Drafting Javon Bullard. Yep, exactly.
We got the draft board from 2024 right here, right? And here was the safeties on the vertical board, right? It's the horizontal board, but vertically just the safeties. Tyler Nubin with a 39.2 grade, then Javon Bullard with the 63.8, then Katana Oladapo with a 95.3. Guys, we literally drafted the second and third best safety according to our draft board in the same draft. And in that same offseason, he went and signed the best safety in free agency in Xavier McKinney. Mm-hmm. That's how he put that together. And then all of a sudden, Zane Anderson gets a little bit of playing time last year, 122 snaps, and he comes out and plays lights out, 80.8 PFF grade. And that wasn't like I don't think he was. I think they were a little lenient with him. No, you watch the tape. My man was breaking on the ball. I was like, this guy, not only is he a real person, he's pretty damn good at football. Like, it blew me away. I couldn't believe it, man. Yep. A-fam, I'd start Zane at safety next to X.
He's being serious. This is one of Athens' hot takes.
For me, Evan Williams, the 533 snaps at a 72.3 carries a little more weight than the 80.8 at only 122 snaps. But I'm with you. He would be my third choice for sure until he proves otherwise, right? Until he proves he can't be that guy, because he's shown that he can right now.
And we got to